How does a China rabbit die? Can a China rabbit drown? Is my hat still on my head? These were the questions that Edward asked himself as he went sailing out over the blue sea. The sun was high in the sky, and for what seemed to be a very long way away, Edward heard Adeline call his name. "Edward," she shouted, "come back, come back." Of all of the ridiculous things to shout, thought Edward. As he trembled over ears over tail through the air, he managed to catch one last glimpse of Adeline.
A glimpse is another way of saying that someone took a quick look. Edward had a quick look at Adeline.
She was standing on the deck of the ship, holding on to the railing with one hand. In her other hand was a lamp. No, it was a ball of fire. No, Edward realized, it was his pocket watch that Adeline held in her hand, and she was holding it up high, and it was reflecting the light of the sun. My pocket watch, he thought. I need that.
Good readers stop and think as they read. The thinking is just as important as the reading. Why was the pocket watch so important to Edward? Why do you think he might need it?
And then Adeline disappeared from view, and the rabbit hit the water with such tremendous force that his hat blew off his head. That answers that question, thought Edward, as he watched the hat dance away on the wind. And then he began to sink. He sank and sank and sank. He kept his eyes open the whole time, not because he was brave, but because he had no choice. His painted-on eyes witnessed the blue water turning to green and then to blue again. They watched as it finally became as black as night. Edward went down and down. He said to himself, "If I'm going to drown, certainly I would have done so by now." Far above him, the ocean liner with Adeline aboard it sailed blithely on, and the China rabbit landed finally on the ocean floor, face down, and there, with his head in the muck, he experienced his first genuine and true emotion. Edward Tulane was afraid.
Good readers make connections to what is happening in the story. Have you ever felt afraid like Adeline when you lost something? How did you handle fear? To watch the next chapter of The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulane by Kate DiCamillo, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Y2K Teacher, HRCE. These videos have been brought to you by members of the Bedford, Nova Scotia community, brought together through the Talk Bedford Facebook group.